And there we go, recording in progress. So we had a small technical issue there with Ecamm, so we're on Zoom. So Harvey, welcome back. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are?
So I'm Harvey Chester. I am from Bournemouth. I'm 16 years old. I'm a powerlifter. Been doing it for 3 years. Uh, Relatively new, you could say, for 3 years. And you have these powerlifters who've been lifting for 20 odd years. But I've got my fair bit of experience going to the Commonwealth in October, and quite excited to have a little conversation about it.
Absolutely brilliant. You know, we have a lifter in South Africa by the name of Dan Oppenheim. He's been lifting for 424 years. So, okay, not that much. Hey, but Dan's been lifting for about, I think, since the 70s in the sports. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But you started very young. What got you to start so young at 13?
So I was around 40 kilos,
Okay,
my sort of age, and I just wanted to get a bit bigger, to be honest. My sister was doing it as well.
right.
She's a world champion as well. So, yeah, I kind of got involved.
Okay, brilliant. So at least what's great then is you can help us bully your sister into coming onto the show, which will be fantastic. So so tell us a little bit about your career. You started lifting 3 years ago. Where did you start training, and how has that progressed for you in terms of training and competitions?
So when I was 13, I started training with a man called Paul Rees.
Right.
Uh, I was training with him for around 2 years, who got me into the sport. I was listening to him consistently. It started actually on one of his own comps, which is a very nice way to start. I was lifting my 60 kilo deadlift in my first competition.
Right. Oh, brilliant. And then sort of from that competition, how did you get involved in nationals and then in international lifting?
Well, eventually I just started lifting consistently. So I'd go like 3 or 4 times a week, progressively overloading the weight. And then eventually I just got strong somehow.
Right. Well, I think it's the consistency, right, that actually builds the strength. So, when was your first nationals?
My first nationals was when I was 14. I went to the English
Okay.
2020 June, I believe.
Okay. All right. Great. And how did that go for you?
I actually won. Yeah, 53.
Okay. Sure. So, your first nationals, you win.
Yeah.
All right. And then did you go? Did you compete internationally that year?
No, I didn't because it was in New Zealand, I believe, the
Yeah.
Commonwealth. And I was 14 at the time, didn't have a job, and I'm like, that's a lot of money to fetch up. So,
Yeah. Absolutely. So then, have you competed internationally yet?
no, this will be my first international.
Ah, all right, brilliant. So you know we have to do one of these, right?
I love it.
Absolutely. Oh, you got to make this fun. So you're coming out to South Africa, and how does that feel?
Surreal, honestly. I've never actually been on a plane before. I've
Okay.
never really been outside of Bournemouth. So to go to all the way to South Africa on the first trip out is absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. You know, Sun City is such an incredible location because if you can imagine, it's about 2 hours outside of Johannesburg. So Johannesburg's like your major city, and then a 2 hour drive, and you're going into the African bush, and you're seeing some of the small towns along the way, some of the rural villages, and then suddenly you come into this massive resort, which is all of these hotels and golf courses, and the actual venue is it's in a massive hall. It's almost like an aircraft hangar, and it's really so great, nice big warm up area. There's going to be a training gym there as well, and there's 4 hotels on site with 4 different swimming pools, and it's a lot of fun. There's some fantastic gardens, walks. There's a little bit of a mall there as well. So if you want your fast foods, you can get that. If you want something a bit nicer, fancier to eat, so yeah, it's a great location. And Harvey, best of all, I've said this to to the other lifters, the Valley of the Waves, which is the giant water park, is going to be open because the last two internationals at Sun City were in winter and they were closed. So bring your bathing suit, and it's a lot of fun. Tidal pool, wave pool, big slides. Yeah, so it's going to be fantastic. So what does powerlifting mean to you?
That is a great question. I think powerlifting is all about. So I love how in a sport it brings people together, no matter what ages they are. how young they are, how old they are. I mean, you see all kinds of people at competitions. I mean, I was at this Southwest. I think it was a 90-year-old woman who sat there squatting about 50 kilos. And I'm like, that's so impressive. Honestly, you just see all these people supporting each other. I love it. I love the community.
Absolutely. I think the community really is what makes it, because those you're going up against, those you're competing against, are the ones actually cheering the loudest for you. Because, when you get stronger, your competition has to get stronger. When they get stronger, you have to get stronger.
Oh, I love it. It's so competitive. It's nice as well. Not like a hostile. It's just communal. You're all supporting each other, and it's brilliant. I just love
Yeah.
it.
Have you had a bit of time training with the team?
With the team, no, we haven't actually, which I thought
Okay.
was quite.
All right.
But,
Maybe we should leave that out. We don't want to get into trouble.
and
So, for you coming in like at the age of 13, I mean, that's quite young. How did your first competition feel?
I was so scared. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. But I was surrounded around the people that were lifting with me in the gym, the same gym. So it was just a really nice atmosphere. So I kind of just carried on doing it.
Right. Oh, brilliant. For a younger man coming in and sort of picking up weights to gain size, I think that's really why we young guys start training. What made you want to go the powerlifting route as opposed to the bodybuilding route? Was there something about strength that you enjoyed?
I think it was just the aspect of I was more familiar with powerlifting because my family had been involved in powerlifting. The coach, Paul Reese, who I was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
he was in my family for years and years and years. Started,
He was a legend. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
oh, so you know about him then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
he's too famous.
yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, I think there's something very special about powerlifting coaches. We form very, very special relationships with them. Even, there are a few coaches in South Africa that have been around for a while, and their lifters have gone on to start their own gyms. But at competition, it's all yes, coach, no, coach. Yeah, you might run your own gym, which is far bigger than your coach's, but it's tremendous respect always for the coach, and the coach is always stepping in to help and assist. That's what makes it very, very special. So, why should someone get involved in the sport of powerlifting?
So to start powerlifting, I think it's a great way to get yourself some fitness personally. So if you're young and you're sat at home and you want to go out and do something, get a gym membership. I'd go out, even if you're starting small. I mean, even if you look at a gym community, very friendly. Once you get in, they're very friendly. I've never really had any hostility towards anybody. I've never even heard of it in a powerlifting gym.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
great way to build size, develop your strength, functional skills. I mean, it's real life applicable. See me carrying the groceries home. Good fun.
Absolutely. What has powerlifting taught you about yourself?
I think it makes you realise that you're a lot weaker than you think. When
Okay.
you sat there benching 80 and for months and months and months, it gets you mentally prepared and but again, real life applicable where you can use that mental strength in other regions.
Absolutely. When you're standing with the squat bar on your back and you got that weight on that you've never lifted before, and you got to get down and got to get up, and those thoughts that run through our heads, what's that taught you about yourself? What makes you say, okay, I'm going to go for it?
I think, good question. So I think it's pure confidence. I think if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to get it. Like it's a mental thing. You've just got to believe in yourself. I mean, yeah.
Ha- Has powerlifting, because it's progressive, right? The weights start out lighter, we build up and build up. Has that helped you develop the belief in yourself?
Yes, of course. So when I was going from the 50 kilos to the 100 kilos, you see the progression yourself because when you go back and you watch videos of yourself, you're like, wow. Because you start thinking you're weak and you're like, wow, I'm actually not that weak. and you build a little bit of confidence, self confidence. It's quite nice.
That's brilliant. So I think for young guys and for young girls, it's a great place to be. What would you tell them about being in the gym? Why should they come into the gym as opposed to being out in other environments that may not be so healthy?
I'd say coming to the gym personally. If you want a gym is a great place just itself. I mean, there's so many reasons why you should go to the gym. If you want fitness, your life expectancy, you can go up by 20 years. Just go to the
Hmm.
gym. Just
Yep.
go once a week. You just simply have fun. You make friends. Go there. I've made so many friends being in the gym.
Oh, it's brilliant. What are some of your favorite moments in powerlifting in your career?
So when I was at the British this year, I did pull a 182, which was a 400-pound deadlift on the platform. Man, I just love it. Obviously, getting invited to internationals, that was really great. When I
Right.
started, quite happy starting because you get yourself involved. I'm quite glad I started, obviously.
Yep, absolutely. Now, with Sun City coming up with the Commonwealth, what are you expecting? Can you talk about that? What you're planning, what you're expecting? We can keep it, quiet and discuss it after the comp as well. So, because we'll be following up with you after the competition. But what are you expecting for Sun City?
So what I'm trying to do
Mm.
is I'm going to try and get myself a podium place is my expectation. I want to try and get somewhere on the podium, whether that's first, second, or third. I'm happy anywhere, to be honest. I want to try and medal in every lift is the objective, but if you
Right.
see my absolutely shocking, so you know we might.
Right, 100%. Is there anyone that's coming out to Sun City that you're looking forward to meeting for the first time?
If you want me to be honest, not particularly.
Hmm.
I'm just excited to be there myself. I
Right,
mean,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
How long are you coming out for?
I think it's 6 days in total. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So are you looking at doing bench and the three lifts as well?
No, I can't bench. No,
Okay.
I do free lift. I'm a deadlift man.
Okay. Well, don't worry. I got short arms. I'm a bench man. For quite a long time in my career with a back injury, not from powerlifting. It's actually that back injury is the reason I started powerlifting, and I was benching 165 and deadlifting and squatting 125. So drove my coach mad for a bit.
Must have been going.
Yeah, that was fun. So, what are your plans for the future within the sport?
So at 18, so I've got 2 years.
Hmm.
I want to try and go to obviously another international, maybe next year as well. When I'm 17, I want to try and go to another international. Maybe that's European, maybe that's Worlds. Quite happy
Right.
either way.
Okay.
And I want to try and podium is the objective. When I'm 18, I want to try and get a gold medal, hopefully at the Worlds, but you never
Right.
know.
Brilliant. So, but yeah, no, listen, exactly. You never know. So we have we're fortunate to have quite a big international audience that's
Yeah.
watching this. If you were going to speak to a potential sponsor or sponsors to assist you with the travel costs, because it gets expensive. You have to travel, it's hotel, it's flights, it's accommodation, it's competition, entry fees, it's food, it's spending money, it's coaches. There's always a big expense. So what would you say to a potential sponsor? Why should they look and why should they consider sponsoring you?
I'd say I'm a very motivational athlete. I've got
Hmm?
a lot of motivation. I also do a lot of social media. You'd be surprised. I go out there, I make my posts a fair few bit. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I think my screen's messed up.
You okay?
We're back. Yeah, we're back.
Yep.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah,
So,
so I'd say I have a bit of influence. Might be my ego.
no, you absolutely do. I mean, that's why we got referred to you by one of the young lifters on your team as well that was not very comfortable talking on camera. So we'll get him in Sun City. Don't worry, okay, Harvey. Here we will gang up on him. So, 100%. Then you with the activity on social media and your career is really blossoming now. What kind of sponsors would you like to work with?
So I would be trying to look at if anybody owns a private jet, that'd be nice to just fly the world.
Fair enough. Actually, it's a good. Okay, private jet's a good starting point. Anyone else in particular? Sort
Oh,
of nutrition, clothing brands, gyms.
nutrition.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a food company. I eat a lot of food myself.
Okay, absolutely. What's your favorite kind of food?
Rubbish, sweets.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. You're young enough to eat, yeah. What do you like to eat before you train and after you train?
So before I train, I try to have a little bit of sugar. So, whether in a form of sweets, whether it's in the form of some sort of tablet or glucose or whatever
Hmm.
you can. And then after I train, I try to get as much protein as possible,
Right.
and then bed.
Okay. And bread.
No, I normally go to
Oh.
bed
Oh, go to bed. Sorry, you broke up there for a second. Okay, 100%. Are you able to sleep on a full stomach?
sometimes.
Yep. So, what does your training routine look like over the course of a week?
So on a Tuesday, I'll do squats and bench. On a Thursday, I'll be doing just bench. On a Friday, I'll do accessories, and then on a Saturday, I'll just do deadlifts.
Okay. There's talk about the potential in the IPF. I've heard rumors, I'm not going to mention names, that we may be getting deadlift only competitions. We have
Or I
bench only, we have deadlift only, and there's not from anyone official in the IPF, but it's just that I've heard rumors. What would you think about deadlift only competitions?
I would be so happy. I'd be absolutely loving it. World Deadlift Championships.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be there every year.
absolutely. Why do you think we should have deadlift only competitions?
I think deadlift out the three lifts is probably the most like flashy lift, I'd say. It draws the most attention. If you look at the crowd, it's normally last as well.
Yep.
So it's normally with the most like how do I put this tension on it. People want to see the ending. It's the ending. Deadlift's most flashy lift. There's a lot of there's a lot of motivation, a lot of screaming. Yeah, it's definitely the best lift. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. And I think with the format of the deadlift, which you also see in bench only competitions now, is where you're able to change and alter, and the coaches can play the game a lot more. You know, as any changes or delays or something, there's the numbers are changing. It's like Formula One with the tire selection back in the old days and all of these things. So absolutely, it's definitely something great, something very entertaining to see. So you'd be supporting deadlift only
I,
competitions.
I I'd very much support deadlift competitions.
Okay. Who do you think, on a light note, who do you think would get more respect in the gym? A deadlift only athlete or a bench only athlete?
Oh, yeah, good point.
You know, the bench guys would say, I can die under the bar, you can drop yours, right? Absolutely. Is there anything else, Harvey, you'd like to chat about, or anyone like you'd like to give a shout out to?
I mean, not particularly, not to sound very
No,
uh
not
frank.
necessarily. Yeah, listen, it's a Sunday evening. It's fine. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the lifting in the family?
So my sister, she's been lifting for too many years.
Hmm?
I think it's nine
Gonna-
or something.
You're going to get into trouble.
Nine, I think, something like that. Don't question me about it.
All
But
right.
yeah, she's really, really good. You might know her. She's called Charlie Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Heard of her? You've heard of her?
We have, yep. I would like, I had a great relationship with a lot of the UK and the Canadian lifters at World Bench last year, so it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's just been really good, to be honest.
All right.
I couldn't list you the amount of stuff she's done. She has too many international medals, way more than like 40, I think she
Yeah,
said. 40 something international medals, something like
sure.
that.
Incredible. So you're chasing her in her career.
That's the objective. I want to get like at least 50 international medals. That's the objective.
Okay. Over your career or in the next 10 years?
Be nice to do both. I'd be quite
Yeah,
happy to get.
absolutely.
Not
Oh,
sure that.
no, you never know. You never know. Absolutely right. It could well happen. Oh,
Never know.
awesome. Yeah.
Always.
It. Harvey, it's been absolutely wonderful to chat to you, and your energy's been epic. I think you would be a great brand ambassador for any sponsor, a great role model for any sponsor. And it just, there are so many distractions for younger people today, and whether I'm not talking necessarily drugs or alcohol. I'm talking, too much time on the mobile device, too much time gaming, all of these things, and just the opportunity to get out into the gym and to train and to exercise and to challenge yourself. It's one of the best opportunities to grow as a person.
Yeah.
So really, it's been a fantastic time chatting to you, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
So, love the conversation.
Ah, awesome, dude. So we'll chat to you in Sun City. I'll be there for the week, sort of from Sunday to Friday, and I'm looking forward to chatting in person. If you'd like to bully your sister into chatting to us as well, we'd really appreciate that. So, oh, brilliant. We'll cut the recording here, but just really, I wanted to say thank you so much for your time, man.
No, I appreciate it. You too, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
cool. Yeah. Any questions before we go about South Africa, about Sun City? Anything else? What to expect?
Well, I've just heard Sun City's a really nice place. I hope I'm going to enjoy myself. To be
Yeah,
honest.
you're going to have a great time. There's so much to do. There's game drives. The Pilanesberg Game Reserve is right there. If it's still running, I'm not sure. I'll double check. They got a 2 kilometer zip line. So,
Cool.
yeah, there's some pretty crazy stuff to do.
What, middle.
Yeah, with the medal around your neck, you're going down. Sorry, medals.
Multiple. Just all
Yeah.
go.
That's it, exactly. Oh, brilliant. Harvey, thanks for your time, man. Really, it's been great chatting to you. Look forward to seeing you in Sun City.
You too. Appreciate it.
All right, my mate. Take care.
Yeah. Have a good
Cheers.
one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye. Bye.